Hello everyone, my name is Gabe Howard and I live with bipolar disorder. And as far back as I can remember, I thought about suicide. Now this makes people uncomfortable and they say, well now wait a minute, as far back as you can remember, like into your childhood. And I say, yes, when I was a child I thought about suicide. And they're like, wait. 15 years old, you thought about suicide. And I of course always say, wow, you really don't know anything about suicide prevention if you're curious about that one. And I say, yes. And then they say, well, what about 10 years old? And I say, yes. At 10 years old, I thought about suicide. And again, very, very uncomfortable. Like, wait a minute. When you were 5 years old, did you think about killing yourself? And I say, yes. Yes, I did. When I was 5 years old, I thought about killing myself. This is the way I was born. This is how my brain worked. Now, again, people are really uncomfortable with the idea of a 5-year-old wanting to kill themselves. So they say, wait a minute, you said every day. Aha, I've got you here. On a day that you were happy, did you think about suicide? And I would say, yes. I would think that's the day I'm not going to kill myself. I was just born this way. I was born thinking about the pros and cons of life and death. These are my earliest memories. And here's the thing. When I looked out at my parents, my peers, my teachers, every other human in my life, I thought they were doing it too. See, I thought this was just part of the human condition. I thought that wanting to die and that considering life and death and that weighing the pros and cons was just things that people did. It was as normal to me as debating whether or not we want to get Domino's Pizza or Pizza Hut. As an aside, I hope to one day be so famous that one of those chains sues me for using them in this speech. Hasn't happened yet, but I'm ever hopeful. Nobody in my family discussed suicide. Nobody in my family discussed mental health. Nobody in my family discussed mental illness, except for this. We knew with every fiber of our being that mental illness was something that happened to other families. We specifically knew that it was something that happened to bad families. And we really knew that it happened because you had a bad mother. It was a moral value, suicide, in our family. That's the way that we understood it. That's what we understood about mental illness. Now, everybody expects at this point that my story is about to zag to the left and I'm going to tell you that my mother hit us and my father was an alcoholic, then I come from a broken home. None of that's going to happen. See, here's the thing. The worst thing that my parents ever did to me was give me a younger brother and a sister.